Come have a seat. So, as you know, I study with two different teachers, but I've known them both for many years. And one of them, Michael Johnson. Does anybody remember Michael? Anyway, he is teaching us the sutras again, but it's interesting. He used to be a real extreme Buddhist, and now he seems to be more of a live in this world Buddhist. And he taught us this concept that I thought was really interesting and something we can take with us into our lives. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. And it says that the less experience we have on a particular topic, the more confidently we tend to speak about it. And then he says that we tend to believe people who speak confidently about something, regardless of knowing if they really know what they're talking about or not, which I think is very interesting. So the moral of the story is, know who you're talking to, question everything you think you know, and try to be open to see things from a neutral place without, trying to take away our previous experiences and how we tend to see things. He says, this speaks to something called asmita. It's called selfishness, but it's really seeing things from maybe a preconceived idea of who we think we are or who we think we know we are. Keep asking questions. So sit up nice and tall. I want you to take your thumbs to your upper arms, your upper ribs, and press your thumbs in and lift it up. Really lift up top. Oh yeah, lift. Oh yeah. And now keep that lift and notice how it feels in your body. Take your hands to your lap, close your eyes, and come to your breath. Good. So notice your breath first. And then start to deepen your breath, calming your nervous system, slowing that swirl of thoughts in your head. Setting your intention to question everything you know for sure. Our minds seek certainty. And that's the one thing we never really have. So we learn to live in the mystery and keep asking questions. Take 2 more big full breaths here. And slowly open your eyes. I want you to take your palms up and your elbows back, right? So the sides of your body are long, your elbows back, and you're going to extend your arms to the letter Y, like you're making a YMCA, and then you're going to pull the elbows back. Now, if that feels lousy in your shoulders, you're going to go as far as it feels edgy, and then you're going to pull the elbows back. Inhale, pull, extend, and exhale and draw them back so you can feel the bottoms of the shoulder blades hugging together, starting to tone our shoulders right away. Always, always, always. Keep a width of your shoulders at the top of your shoulders from the base of your neck out. Inhale, reach, exhale, and pull it back. 2 more times just like this. Inhale and pull it back. Then take your arms to T. I want you to squeeze imaginary oranges in your palms and roll your arms forward and back. We've done this before. But slowly, as you open and close with your breath, you're going to lift your arms up over your head. Inhale and exhale. Good. Good. And all the way back down. Keep your arm bones back. Keep them back. Yeah, still want the shoulder blades together. And I Like to keep things different, but there's certain things I really got to do every time. So you're going to take your right hand to the floor and reach to the left to lengthen the left side of your body. You reach to the right. Inhale back to center and all the way to the left. Good. Oh yeah, reach your right ribs out. Ugh. And then inhale to center and exhale right and left. Good. Good. Oh, yeah. And back to center. Take your left hand to your right knee, make your way into that twist. Now roll your left ribs over so you look over your right shoulder and then look to your left and tip your chin down. Tip it down to get a nice stretch in the right side of your neck. Yeah. And then inhale back to center. Exhale the other way. Really, really do it to the fullest of your presence. Look over your left shoulder. Then look to your right. Tip your chin down and get a nice stretch in the back side of your left side of your neck. And all the way back to center. Good. And then make your way to table pose, hands and knees. And make your way into cat and cow. Make sure your knees are beneath your hips, your fingers. You're not dumping into your wrists, okay? So you want to really put your weight in the roots of your fingers, especially the base of the first finger. And make your way to cat and cow. Oh, yeah. Round your back. Oh, yeah. Good. Moving with the breath. And take some hip circles. Get onto your tiptoes too, guys. Get into your feet. It's gonna suit you. Yep. That stretches everything. And the other way. Good. Just see where your knees and your hips are too. That gives you a little glimpse of what's going on in there. And make your way back to center. Now, your belly's drawn back and the low ribs are back. And then soften your chest to the floor. Okay, you got all that? Belly back, heart toward the floor. Now, with your right foot flexed, you're going to lift and lower your knee. Pressing up and squeezing the glute and lower. And lift. Moving with the breath, keeping the low ribs back and the shoulder blades hugged. And lift and lower. Good. Press. Press. Good. Everything is done present. And notice how your mind wants to take you somewhere else. And then we're usually entertaining some story in our head. See if you can just come back to your breath. 8, 7, good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, oh yeah, last one. Now you're going to just take your right knee out to the right. Just about 6 times, maybe 8. And just see where it goes. Opening up the hips, strengthening the medius. 4, 3, 2, last one. Oh, good. Okay. Now you're going to take your left forearm to the floor. Left forearm to the floor and reach your right arm directly out to the right. And you're going to extend your right leg long, really long. You can even roll your knee and your toe away from your body. And as you exhale, you're going to squeeze your knee to your elbow and extend. Well, toward. And squeeze and lift. And squeeze. Yeah. And lift it. Good. Oh, yeah. Are you breathing? 6. We're not coming back here though. 5, 4. So really make it count. 3, 2, and squeeze and lift and extend your right leg directly out to the right and make your way back to table. Well, with your hands anyway. Your right foot is out to the right. And then make your hip circles. Just get into the hips. And the other way. So We're doing a lot of core work today with the shoulders. Then walk your hands back and circle your arms all the way up. This time I want you to take your hands behind your head. Keep the shoulder blades hugging together, but lift the sides of your body. And you're just going to reach right, inhale to center, and over to the left. And inhale. So notice what's stretching and what's drawing you back up. You want the opposite side of your waist to lift you up, but the core, the transverse abdominals are always engaged. Exhale. Exhale. Good. Make it as edgy as you can. 4 and 3, 2, last one. Good. And all the way to center. Now I want you to reach your heart forward. So imagine you're trying to keep the front of your body as long as the back of your body, like you're in a sandwich. And you're just coming as far forward as you can. Just really keep that length from the tailbone all the way at the front of your head. And then make your way back to table pose, hands and knees. Yeah. Now you're going to take your right hand to the back of your head. If that's lousy on your shoulder, take your hand to your hip. It's okay. But you're going to exhale and take your right elbow towards the left elbow. And then inhale and open it up. This is for the core. Exhale, inhale. So there's a twist, but lots of breathing here. Good. Open it up, find that edge. Notice how we can get into our core and without torquing our shoulder. Let's take 4 more. Are you ready to count? 4, 3, 2, last one. Open it up and take your hands back. Oh, that was good. Now you're going to step your right foot just outside your right hand and tip the right thigh bone out to the right. Reaching the right hip back. Just get into that right hip and breathe into it. Maybe you'll soften your chest. Maybe you'll soften your elbows. Maybe you'll take your forearms to the floor. There's any way that you would like to do that. But close your eyes and connect with the breath. You'll be glad you did. Yeah. And all the way back to center, stepping your right foot to the floor. Press your right foot down, circle your arms all the way up. Outer arm bones back, lift your heart, and now you're going to come deep into your hips. So even though we're working core and shoulders, we always get into our hips. Inhale back. This is called Anjane Asana. It's like an offering. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now stay in just for an extra breath, lifting the heart up. Oh, yeah. Good. Come back to center and take your hands to the floor. Now you're going to curl your back left toes under and lift the back left knee. You're in your lunge. You're going to lift and lower your hips. Good. Now I like to have blocks here. If you have blocks, you can take your hands to the block and you get a little bit more clearance. It's kind of cool. Imagine I have a block in both hands. And then you're going to lower your left knee toward the floor and extend the left inner thigh long. And lower. And lift. And lower and lengthen. So powering up the back inner thigh, the left inner thigh, not only tones the muscle, but it wakens everything. And this is when we stand in asymmetrical poses. This is the back inner thigh that keeps us connected. Warrior 1, warrior 2. So let's do 8 more. 7, 6, good. 5, 4, 3. Woo. I'm hoping you're feeling it too. Last one, lift. Now you're gonna walk your hands back, your blocks back, and lengthen your legs. I shorten my stance just a little bit. Keep your right outer hip drawing back. And now you're gonna flex your front right ankle. Flex the front right ankle. And you should feel it all the way up the back of your front right leg. Yeah? Good. Now as you exhale, you're gonna take your right foot to the floor and come back into your lunge. And then inhale back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Oh, yeah. Last one. Keep the right hip back. Exhale, step on your right foot. And lift your left leg all the way out. Now, when you lift your left leg out, release your head, release your neck. Maybe take a little yes with the nose. And step your left foot beside your right. Forward fold. Good. Take your hands to the front of your ankles. Inhale, shoulder blades up and back. All the way up. And exhale and fold. And inhale and lift. And exhale and fold. Inhale. You can even take your hips forward and fold forward. Let's take two more just like that. Inhale, hips forward. Last one, exhale. This wakes things up. And back. Good. Now, standing up tall, the shoulder blades down your back. So your ears and your shoulders are way far away from each other. Right? Elbows, shoulder blades down. Take your right elbow back. Really important. So your chest is forward, the elbows back. You can feel at the bottom edge of your shoulder blades, the hugging together, right? Then as you exhale, you can soften your knees, take your bum back, and reach outside your left foot. Draw the belly back, and then inhale. You can take your hips forward and the elbow back. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Good. Exhale. Shoulder blades. This is so good to get the shoulders nice and aligned. Let's take two more on this side. Oh, yeah. Right elbow back and release. Good. Now we're going to do on the left side. Ready? Make yourself aligned. Elbow back. Shoulder blades down your back. Top of the pelvis tips back just to engage the core. Then as you exhale, you're going to reach over to your right and reach back. And you can take your hips back and pelvis forward. Oh, yeah. Lots of movement here if you like. You decide what works for you. But make sure you're breathing. 4. Good. 3. 2. Last one. Oh, yeah, shoulder back. And release. Inhale, circle your arms up. Grab your left wrist and lift. And exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Grab your right wrist, lift. And exhale to your left. Oh. And all the way to center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Now take your hands either to your blocks or to the floor and step back to plank. This is our first really core thing. And that is the first, but this is for the core. And your knees are either up or your knees are down, but the shoulder blades are hugged together, right? And either way, knees are up or down, you're going to exhale. Now you can come back and forth, which is great, or you can kind of walk your knees toward the floor. It's kind of a fun thing to do. However you decide to do it, we're going to start to count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Last one. Now lower your knees. Press your knees down. Really press them down and lift your bum. Lift your bum. And you're going to slowly lower your chest and your chin. But because the shoulder blades are together, it shouldn't be any problem at all. Now take your pelvis to the floor And slide your chest forward as you bring your forearms to the mat in front of you. So now you can take your elbows forward. This is super good for your low back. You'll play with it. So you're gonna take your forearms to the floor, draw them into the mat, and isometrically draw them back. So already you can feel the tone in your back, right? Slide your chest forward and press your pubic bone to the floor, okay? Now with the breath, you're gonna lift your elbows up. Inhale and exhale and lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now if you wanna come a little deeper, you can take your hands closer to your body. And this is how we kind of explore it. But we do it without any kind of torquing or pain in our body. Hardly. Good. We're gonna do 4 more. 4, 3, with the breath. Inhale, 2. Last 1. Oh yeah. Make your way through table so you can walk your hands back and right into down dog. And walk your dog. Yeah, right heel and left heel. Oh yeah. Oh, feels so good. And lower your knees back to the floor. Oh my God, thank God for yoga. Okay, now we're gonna do the left side of our body. So you're gonna take your left knee up, like you're pushing something up and squeezing the left glute. Look forward, no heads down. This is a dumped head. And I don't want you looking up either. This is gonna squeeze your cervical spine, your neck. Keep your head so that your gaze is forward. Lower your knee and lift. So you should be able to do this without seeing me, right? If you can't see me, if you're looking forward and there's no screen, that's okay. Just find your breath and stay right here. Good. Until you find that little sizzle in the left glute. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now out to the left, out and back, and out and back, out. Yeah, this is really something. You feel in your outer hips. The right is far and the left because the right is weight bearing. 6, belly back, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and all the way back. Now you're going to come onto your right forearm and extend your left arm out to the left. So I'm going to turn around, but you don't have to. The left arm out to the left. And extend your left leg all the way up, rolling your left knee away from you. Make sure you're nice and sturdy, your belly's back. And take your knee towards your elbow. So if you take your hands slightly back, you might get a little closer, it doesn't matter. But exhale and squeeze. Inhale, lift. Good. Lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Lift. All right, and all the way out to the left. Stepping your left foot out to the left. Walk your hands back. Oh, that's so yummy, isn't it? And all the way out. Yeah, you should feel pretty cooked up already. Shoulder blades down, heart lifted. Now you can take your hands behind your head with the shoulder blades down. You can take your hands across your chest, or we can do it the other way, you know, with your arms long, you decide. And exhale to the left. Inhale up to center, and then exhale to the right. Inhale to center, and exhale. Inhale. Good. Make it edgy. Don't go to an expected habit. or a story that you expect to hear, and that's what you hear. We're just going to take 3 more on each side. Ready? Let's count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and oh yeah. And then all the way to center, lifting your heart, lift your chest. Now imagine the back of your back is lengthened, the whole front of your body is lengthened, and you're going to tip forward from the top of the pelvis. It's really going to engage your belly. And then take your hands to the floor and take some hip circles. And just see where the hips are. Oh, yeah. It might be a little tight. It might not be. I don't know. We'll decide. And then come back to center. Come to the tiptoes of your back right foot. Draw your inner thigh bones back. And see how far you can sit back towards your right heel. Lift your armpits and soften your chest. Good. Keep your inner thigh bones back. And get a big stretch. If this is not a huge stretch here, let me know. You can let me know right now. And I can make it bigger if you want. But this should be, you should feel your foot, your right foot, your groin area, especially on the left. Your shoulder blades are hugging together. Take one more big breath here. Oh yeah. And make your way all the way back to center. Stepping your left foot just outside your left hand. So your knees at 90 degrees, guys. And then tip your left thigh bone out to the left. Kind of pull your left outer hip back and just get into that left hip. Maybe you'll soften your elbows. Maybe you'll just soften your chest. That's good. Maybe you'll take your forearms toward the floor or on the floor and just find a huge, nice stretch here. That's so good. But because we're not covering so much hips today, let's come all the way back up and circle your arms all the way up. So you lift from the center of the pelvis up, your outer arm bones are back, and you're going to come deep into this lunge in the left shin. You see where you go, and inhale back. Lifting your heart from deep in your hips. And come back. 2 more times. Come back. Last one. And inhale back. Nice. And then take your hands to the floor or to your blocks. Blocks are really awesome, cool here. Come into a lunge by lifting your back right knee. And just lift and lower your hips and just see where you get. Good. Now you're going to lower your back right knee toward the floor and then extend the right inner thigh back. And lower. And lift. And lower. And extend the right thigh toward the right ankle. Yeah. And lower. Extend. And continue. Like this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, good, 3, 2, last one, oh yeah. Now you're gonna walk your hands over your blocks back and start to lengthen both your legs. I have to shorten my stance. So you might want to shorten your stance a lot. Make sure your knees are not hyperextended. They can be long, but not hyperextended. And if you're not sure, soften your knees. And now you're going to flex your front left ankle, taking the left hip back, right? And then come deep into the lunge. And then inhale, flex. And exhale, lunge. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe come a little deeper. We're going to take one more. Inhale. Then step into your left foot. Lift your right leg all the way up, releasing your head and your neck. And step your right foot beside your left. Forward fold once again. The belly's lifted. Inhale. Circle your arms all the way up. Exhale, palms together to your heart center and release. Good. Now we're going to come right into Utkatasana. So I want you to take your shins forward and your bum back. Okay? Good. You can take your arms back behind you. Just come to the tiptoes of your right foot and just feel what it feels like up the right leg, right into the pelvic floor and the core. And now your left. And now you're going to walk it. Now lift your arms up, and I want you to squeeze your thumbs toward each other. This is for your back. And just squeeze it. Maybe you can even come onto your tiptoes. Ooh, yeah. Belly's really got to be back. And squeeze it, squeeze, just little squeezes. Little squeezes. Yeah. Shoulder blades down your back. Good. And then inhale, Utkatasana, fierce warrior. Hips back, shins forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank. Good. And then lower all the way onto your belly. Now with the shoulder blades down your back, you're going to take your hands beside your upper ribs. Press your pubic bone to the floor, and you're going to lift your palms so that they're just hovering. Oh yeah. And then you're going to slide your chest forward and lift and lengthen your legs long. So you're going to get the entire back body nice and toned. You have to look forward. Be sure you're not pinching your neck. Take a few breaths here. Yeah. Now take your hands to the floor, your toenails to the floor, and make your way into a cobra. Oh. And right into down dog. Come to the tiptoes of both your feet. So you're really tiptoeing, your belly's really lifting. Lift your right leg up, and then you're going to take your right knee towards your nose. And then inhale. And exhale, squeeze the belly back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Take two more. Make sure you squeeze the glute on the lift, and then step your right foot forward, preparing for warrior one. Press both feet down and circle your arms all the way up. Good. Now you're going to take your elbows to a cactus, a goalpost, shoulder blades down your back. And as you exhale, you're going to tip forward from the top of the pelvis. So there's no rounded backs, right? The top of the pelvis tips forward, and you're going to take your forearms toward each other. And then you're going to inhale, come all the way up. Exhale and dip. Inhale and lift. Exhale and dip. Inhale and lift. Good. And lift. Good. So you can't see, and now you can see better now, right? Let's take two more just like this. Getting into your shoulder blades. Exhale. Now you're going to take your shoulder blades back and extend your arms up. And make your way right into warrior two. You don't have to turn around, I do. Take the right thigh bone out to the right. Make sure your right toes are aiming directly forward. And stay low in the hips. Low. Flip your palms up to scoop the shoulder blades forward. Here I am. And now you're going to reverse the warrior, taking your left palm in front of your belly, like you're pressing something away to reach towards your left side. Yeah, reach over to the left. Good. Inhale back to center. Stay low. Take your right forearm to your right thigh, lifting the right ribs up, and reach all the way over. Oh, yeah. Good. Exhale, gaze down. Take your hands to the floor. You're going to step your left foot wide of your right. Widen your stance. Lower your hips. And make your way onto your belly. Yeah. And all the way to the back for the first core set. Cool. Okay. Legs long. Hands behind your head. Shoulder blades down your back. This is what we're going to do. You're going to take your left elbow to your right knee. And then inhale back to center. And then you're going to take your left hand to your right toes. and come back to center. This is very good for your brain and your core. Ready? So you're going to exhale, knee to elbow, inhale back. Exhale, toes, hands to toes, inhale back. And we're going to continue just like that. It's a pattern in your brain. This stimulates the neural pathways in your brain when we make patterns like this in our body. That might be different. And for some of us, it feels like tapping your head and rubbing your tummy. Exhale. Good. We're going to do 5 more on this side. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. All right, and all the way back to center. That was awesome. So now we're going to do the other side, okay? Left knee towards your chest. Take your right elbow to the left knee. So I want you to feel what it is. And then come back to center. Then take your right hand to your left toes. And come back to center. Are you ready to start that pattern? Let's go. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can lift your chest or not. Good. Let's take a few more and then we'll start to count. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh yeah, last one. And all the way back down. Oh, draw your knees to your chest. And just come give yourself a hug and roll your ankles. And then take your feet to the floor. There's not a lot of time to mess around here, guys. We got much to do. Now walk your shoulder blades down your back, lift your heart. Take the top of the pelvis back. So there's a little flatness in your low back and then engagement in your core. And you're going to reach your arms towards your feet. And as you exhale, you're going to reach your right hand towards your right toes. And then inhale to center. And exhale, squeezing the left ribs to the left pelvis. And back to center. So if you don't want to have your chest off the floor, you can keep your head on the floor. Or you can lift your chest. And you exhale. And exhale. And exhale. Yeah. So you can feel it in your obliques. Really squeezing your waistline. Good. Ten, 9, 8. Squeeze it. 7. Don't take it for granted. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, woo, 1. I hope you're feeling the love there. All the way back down. Oh, shake your head. Yeah, no. Just release your neck. Draw your knees to your chest. And then you're going to roll back and forth on your back. Just give your back a nice little massage. Yeah, with the breath. Then when you come up, you're going to cross your shins, roll forward through table, and make your way right into table. I got to situate myself on my mat. And right into down dog. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now you're going to come back to your tiptoes. You might want to widen your feet. And lift your left leg up. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. See if you can keep your ears in line with your upper arms. Your belly's going to be real engaged here. And your shoulders should know what to do. 4, 3, 2, last one. And then step your left foot forward, prepare for warrior 1. Walk your hands back, press your feet down, and circle your arms all the way up. And right into goalposts. Elbows are bent. Good. And you're deep in that lunge. Good. Keep the left hip back. Nice long spine. And you tip forward as you squeeze your forearms together. And then you inhale. Exhale, tip, so the belly's engaged and you're getting into your shoulders. And inhale. And exhale. Keep your feet really grounded. Four. Good. 3, 2. Last one. Stay low in your hips. And all the way back up. And extend your arms long into warrior 1. And then right into warrior 2. I'm going to turn around so I can see you, but you shouldn't have to. Got it? Okay. Now to reverse the warrior, you're going to take your right palm in front of you and your left arm over to the right. Good. Oh, nice. Good, Laura. You got it, girl. Keep your hips low. Good, Janine. Come all the way back to center. Take your left forearm to your left thigh. Press your forearm down to lift the left ribs up. Stay deep in your hips. Stay deep, 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 deep. And extend your right arm nice and long. Oh, yeah. Take your right hand to the floor. And step your right foot forward beside your left. Forward fold. And let's just kind of shake it out a little bit. Just kind of sweep your torso right and left. Pressing your feet down, circle your arms all the way up. Take your palms together to your heart center, shoulder blades down. Release your arms, close your eyes, and I want you to notice your breath. Notice your alignment, notice your shoulders, notice your core. And we're going to do one more set, one more series like that, okay? So slowly open your eyes. Bend your knees deep, Utkatasana, circle your arms up. Palms together, twist to your right. You can stay upright, or you can take your left elbow outside the right thigh, but keep the left hip back. You can extend your arms long. Sometimes that helps me get a little deeper into my hips, but the knees stay parallel no matter where you choose to go. Good. Then inhale back to center. And then make your way to your left, taking as many breaths as you need to find that deep mindful space. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank. Did you notice we don't do any normal planks in this practice? Because you're going to come right back to your belly. This time you're going to take your arms to the letter Y, just like we did standing up at the beginning. And you're going to take your fingertips to the floor and lift your palms. Your hands become like tents. And you lift your armpits and you lift your elbows. Good. Now I like to roll my knees to the floor. So again, notice how when you roll your knees to the floor, you get a nice square in the hips. Press your pubic bone down, lengthen your legs long. You might even lift up. Take your fingertips to the floor. Imagine they're stuck and pull them back as you lift your heart, lift your chest. So the whole back side of your body is nice and toned up. Take a few breaths here. Oh yeah. Your back says thank you. And then all the way back down. Now you're going to take your arms to T, the letter T. But your fingers are still tented. Palms lifted, but shoulder blades pressed down your back. Now you're going to press your fingertips in and pull them in because they're stuck and you're pulled in, and you're going to lift your chest. And you're going to take your pubic bone to the floor and you're going to lengthen your legs. And take another few breaths here. Maybe you'll come a little higher. Doesn't matter. There's no competition here. Good. And release. Oh, that's so good. Now you're going to take your hands just outside your hips. Bend your elbows. I want you to check the elbows to make sure there's a bend in your elbows. It's not even soft, it's a bent elbow. Press your fingertips down and away from you. Woo, yeah. And now make your way into that Shalabhasana. This is called locust. So your fingertips are pressing down and away from you. You lift your chest, you lengthen your legs, and your whole back body is toning up. Take a few breaths here. Oh, yeah. And all the way back down. Make your way to a table. Are you guys ready for child pose? Should we do one child pose before we finish the next series? Let's do that. Knees wide, big toes together. And let's just release your neck. Yeah. Release your head and neck. Just make sure there's no tension there. Breathe into it. And back to a table. And into down dog. Good. Belly back. Lift your right leg all the way up. And step your right foot forward, preparing for warrior one. Press your feet down. Circle your arms all the way up. And your right hip is drawn back. And take the elbows down. You know what to do. And we're going to just continue just like we did before. Forward, back, forward, right into our shoulders. 4 more. 3, 2, nice long spine. Last one. And open. Right into warrior 2. Good. Make sure your right toes are out to the right. Now you're going to take your left arm under your right. Now, if you have shoulder stuff, you might want to just give yourself a hug. That's great. So your left arm is under your right. Even cross your forearms. Lift the elbows. Stay deep in the lunge. And now you're going to tip forward from the top of the pelvis. Take your inner thigh bones back. Lift your elbows. Take a breath. Press your feet down. Come all the way up. Arms to teeth. Take your right forearm to your right side, lifting the right ribs. Really reach your right ribs forward and the back of your head's back. I want you to get a nice long line from the ear, from your left ear to your left ankle. And maybe you'll extend your left arm. Get that nice long line. Keep the right ribs lifted because you're going to make your way into a triangle pose. Good. Lengthening both legs long. Good. Lean back, lean back. Now you can stay right here. You can play in it, lift and lower, or you can make your way into half moon. You can even take a block with you and step into your right foot, lifting your left leg all the way up. Finding a little balance. Good. As you exhale, take your left hand to the floor and step your left foot beside your right, forward fold. Good. Press your feet down, circle your arms all the way up. Good. Exhale, palms together to your heart center. So now we're going to come back to the left. Bend your knees deep, circle your arms up. Exhale, find your twist to your right, however it is, upright or low, arms open or hands together. Inhale, back to center. We're in the home stretch to the left. Keeping the right hip back, but stay present. Good. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank. Knees up or down. And now you can take a regular cobra or up dog because now you know your shoulders are down your back and your back's nice and strong. And right into down dog. Good. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step your left foot forward, prepare for warrior one. Inhale to warrior one. Elbows down, shoulder blades down your back, and tip from the top of the pelvis. Squeeze the forearms and inhale, open it up. Exhale and inhale. Your core is nice and strong. 4, 3, 2, last 1, all the way up. Extend your arms nice and long, stay deep in your hips, and make your way right into warrior 2. Good. To the left. Now you're going to take your right arm under your left, however you do it. Lift your elbows, stay down, stay low, and you're going to tip from the top of the pelvis, belly back. And inhale just a little bit. Exhale, just stay deep into it. Take your inner thigh bones back, lift the elbows, big stretch in your upper back. Now use your core to lift you all the way up, back to warrior 2. Take your left forearm to your left thigh, lifting your left waist. Extend your right arm, and then make your way into your triangle. So left ribs are lifted, and you can lift and lower. I love that. It's so good for your core. Or you make your way into half moon if that's available. You can use your block. Blocks are so cool here. Good. Are you breathing wherever you're at? Good. Wherever you're at, take your hands to the front of your mat. Step your right foot wide of your left. So you're going to really widen your stance. Take your toes out and make your way into a yoga squat. Holy moly, guacamole. Yeah. Keep your elbows reaching out and your thigh bones hugging in. And you can feel that pelvic floor lifting up. And you're going to come all the way back to your bum. So this time you're going to take your hands wide behind you, shoulder blades down your back, tip of the pelvis, top of the pelvis back, and your feet are wide. So I want you to imagine you're hugging your feet to the midline, like there's a big 2x4 between your knees, and you're squeezing that 2x4. Yeah? Good. Now you're going to lift and lower, and lift and lower. Your feet are wide, your inner thighs are toned. Exhale. This should be pretty fun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and all the way up to seated. Good. Extend your legs nice and long in front of you. I like to roll my inner thigh bones to the floor and widen my bum. Sitting up tall, flex your feet. Oh yeah. Take your right knee towards your chest, give yourself a hug, and roll your right ankle. And take the sole of your right foot high up into your left thigh. Lift up tall, take your left hip back, and circle your arms all the way up. And start to tip the top of your pelvis forward again. You notice that we don't round backs here? We use the belly back. We use the flexors to get into the pose. And we don't worry about where our hands go. So if our hands go as far as our knees, that's great. Shin is great. One is not better than another. Just find your edge. Keep both thigh bones grounded. If your right knee is pretty high up, your right hip is kind of tight, you can take a block under the right thigh bone. That's a cool thing to do. Nice stretch in your low back here too, guys. Press your thigh bones down and come all the way up and shake it out. Oh yeah, nice. Take your left knee towards your chest, give yourself a hug, roll your ankle. And take your left sole of your left foot high up into your right thigh, walking the right outer hip back. Lift up tall, Circle your arms up and then start to tip forward. And find your breath. Good. Thigh bones grounded. Both your left and your right. Nice stretch in your low back. Press the thigh bones down to come all the way up. And shake it out. Draw your knees to your chest, round your back, and come all the way to line on your back. Oh yeah. Take some hip circles with your knees. Just make circles with your knees. On your back, on your back, on your back. Take your left foot to the floor and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. This is a variation of pigeon. Really press your right thigh bone away from you. Got a nice opening in the hips. We did a lot of work there too, even though we weren't really focusing on it. And then take your left knee towards your chest. And you know what to do. Either you'll grab the back of your left thigh or you'll grab your left shin. It doesn't matter. Just find that space that feels nice and stretching. Get into a place that feels edgy, though, okay? That's what makes it move. The energy move is the chaos, right? The edge. Then take your arms to T, and you're going to twist to your left, and your right foot's going to come to the floor. Yeah. You can even grab your left ankle because your left foot's on the floor and roll your shoulder girdle to the right and get a big twist here. Keep the right thigh bone reaching away from you, opening up your heart. Remember, when things are said with authority, you got to question it. And then back to center. And take your feet back to the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Open up the left hip. Yeah. Take your right knee towards you, either grabbing the back of the right thigh bone or your right shin. And just give yourself a nice squeeze. You can flex your ankles. Good. Then take your arms to T, and you're going to twist to your right, and your left foot's going to make a landing. Yeah. Grab your ankle with your right hand, and see if you can roll the shoulder girdle to the left, reaching the left hip away from the left shoulder. Give a big stretch here. Big breath. And inhale back to center. Take your feet to the floor. Roll your palms up. Take the shoulder blades together. Inhale through your nose. Exhale right into Shavasana and take a delicious rest. Just for a minute or two. Release any tension in your body and notice the thoughts that come up into your mind and just look at them. Let them go by. Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Exhale through your mouth. Draw your knees to your chest and roll to your right side. Just be there for a moment. And make your way to a comfortable seat on your mat, bringing your palms together to your heart center. Remember that many times when people speak with authority, it's to cover maybe something they don't really know for sure. And we tend to believe what we're told if they speak with authority. So step back, take a breath, check it out. The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste. Mwah. Oh, I gotta stop the recording, guys.
Thanks, Shelley.